What's up, team? Hopefully
Hello,
you guys
everyone.
are feeling good. Hopefully you guys slept well last night. You got your morning sun, maybe.
Yeah.
You got your Live Good coffee in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got your aminos in?
Let's get it.
Did you have to wake up? Did you have to wake up a 10-year-old this morning? Have you ever seen, like they say, like how a baby sleeps?
Yeah.
Waking up our 10-year-old is really tough because I hate disturbing that high quality sleep that kid's in.
Yeah, they're out cold.
Like for getting them ready for 5th grade, getting them out of bed in the morning.
Yeah. Imagine if we could all sleep like that.
Oh my gosh.
Like we used to.
Oh man. Especially on the weekend for volleyball, where you're like 5:30, 6 a.m. Like
yes, you
really
so
feel
bad.
guilty and bad. Like
sure.
This. Are you sure we're doing the right thing here, mom and dad?
Yeah. So today, guys, today's about sleep.
Sleep.
Yes. And so if you struggle with sleep, or if maybe you're one of those that just really doesn't prioritize sleep, like this is for you. But again, we all sleep. And rarely,
third of our lives, right? Is that about 8 hours a night?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, think about it. 8 out of 24 is a third. I figure, geez, that's a lot of time.
It's crazy.
To not prioritize it, it's kind of crazy.
Sure. But rarely do you hear someone say, like, at this age, I'm the best sleeper. I've got no issues. And if that is you, kudos. Like, I'm jealous. I'm very jealous awesome. Because I'm one that has to work on my sleep. I have to work on shutting my brain off. I have to, everything that we're going to educate on, I have to do all of it and more. It's very, very important for me. But I mean, bottom line, if you're not sleeping, you're not healing. Like, period, done. Like, if you're not sleeping, you're not healing. And by sleeping, I don't mean like 4 hours a night. Like, I'm talking about that 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep.
Which would mean about 2 hours of REM. If you can monitor and track your sleep,
right?
2 hours of deep, and then the other 4 would be mixed between light and awake,
right? And there's so many sleep trackers out there on the market. Yeah. Of course, they're not all perfect.
Not perfect,
but it can help you understand you. So you're just using your one specific sleep, apparatus, whatever it is, device.
Yeah.
You can track how you are improving it. You don't need to compare them to others, right? So it's important to compare it to yourself. But I mean, think about it. Today's world is overstimulated. It's overworked. It's underrested. And
it's not a good recipe.
And we're disconnected, right? Yeah. We're disconnected from like natural rhythms. And it's a bummer. I mean, I really wish this wasn't true, but it is. Yeah. And we're living in it, and we're guilty of it all. So, I mean, true like prevention and healing requires coming back in touch with all of these health practices that can help us rest at night. So get away from the thought about like sleep is a luxury, because sleep is not a luxury. It's funny. When I was younger, I used to make those comments, because I was go. And I still am, but I'm go until I know I need my 8 hours, at 7 to 8 hours at night. But I used to say, like, sleeping is for when you're dead. And I feel like that's very bad, because that's really not true. And it is not a luxury. And it's something that we all need to be doing and really putting our attention into. It's your body's tool for healing. It really, really is. So thank you guys for joining us. Yep. Excited to go into detail on all of this. If you're new, welcome. If you're repeat, welcome as well. Love having you guys all here to learn from us. Make sure you follow us, like, subscribe to the channels. That way you never miss an episode, but you can also rewatch anything. You can share. It's just good content that we try to bring to you, in a lighthearted way. So I'm going to read you the definition of insomnia, because I feel like some people think it's only just the inability to fall asleep. But insomnia is a sleep disorder characterized by difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up too early. So this categorizes it all. In not being able to return to sleep, despite having the opportunity and the environment for adequate rest, leading to daytime impairments such as fatigue, poor concentration, mood disturbances, or decreased performance. And we all know what that feels like, and it's not a good feeling. So a few things, these are kind of no-brainers, but why do so many people today suffer from insomnia? Our stress. Right? We all know that. It's really something that has to be focused on. We can't just say, I need to stress less. We actually have to put work into it. It's actually one of the hardest things, in my opinion, to control, to regulate.
Yeah, and the relationship between the stress and the sleep cycle is integral.
100%.
Yeah, so, and which it sucks, because it can become a really nasty cycle that you can get stuck in and trapped.
Yeah.
Trap.
Excessive screen time. This is hard. This is hard for everybody, but this is the screen time. This is the blue light exposure. So sometimes, I wear my red light glasses, right? And I think, it's okay. I'm wearing my red light glasses, but when you are introducing something new to the brain at a time like that, it really is not setting yourself up for sleep. So even if it's just scrolling social media, you're still something new is being presented to your brain. So a new topic, something that somebody did, whatever it is, it's something new for you to have thoughts about when you're going to bed. So it's really not just about blocking that blue light. It really is the screen. It really is information. I was listening to a podcast by someone who was even talking about like he won't even read at night because, and I get that too, because I love books. Like I love to hold a book. So I read my book at night, but some of them are intense, they're historical fiction. And I find myself like thinking about this as I'm trying to fall asleep and then I have dreams all about it. So it's really just introducing information. It's just tough. Irregular sleep patterns, which is difficult if you have a job that puts you into those irregular sleep patterns. You're just going to have to do the best you can. But for most of us that don't have those irregularities in our work shifts, you should be going to sleep and waking up about the same time every day, very little variation. So even if it's a Saturday or Sunday, don't like stay up too late and then sleep in an extra 4 hours. That's still going to throw your body off. So try to keep it as close as you can. I know it's more difficult on weekends for sure. In general, poor sleep hygiene. We know like eating heavy meals late, right? Consuming caffeine, even though you have those people, and I'm sure I'm talking to one of you, that says, I can drink caffeine right before bed and fall asleep. I have so many people that say it. My mother says it. It drives me bananas because even though you can fall asleep, maybe your sleep is broken up. Maybe you're not sleeping as long as you really should be for your body.
Or your REM's destroyed.
Or maybe your sleep cycles are not as high quality as what it would be without the caffeine. So it is disruptive regardless of if you can fall asleep after drinking it. Same thing, alcohol close to bedtime. Okay. Simple. Well, we'll talk about that later, but okay. Then, mental health stuff, of course, like anxiety, depression, PTSD, that stuff can get in the way of us falling asleep. But I want you to think about this. Insomnia is both a symptom and a trigger for mental health, right? So it's a symptom. If you have some mental health disorder, you have trouble sleeping. But if you're not getting quality sleep, this could lead to some type of mental health disorder. So it goes both ways. Sedentary lifestyle, moving your body does help and set you up for sleep, good quality sleep at night. And unfortunately, like we have many sedentary jobs. So think about that standing desk, that walking desk, treadmill desk, or setting a timer to just stand up and move around every, 20 minutes? Every 20 minutes. Yeah. We know the overstimulation, we just talked about that. Our over-reliance on stimulants, same thing as that, coffee, energy drinks, soda, high sugar foods, same thing. I mean, it's a type of stimulant. We think like when you're tired and run down, your body actually goes for those higher sugar foods. Yeah. It gives you that quick energy spike, but not good. Obviously medical conditions and medications. Many of you are on medications, and medications have side effects of insomnia. And if you can take care of the whole body and help to reduce the medication use, you're reducing the potential side effect of that.
Yeah. Meds,
yes. Mm-hmm. And then in general, just a lack of awareness and education about how important, how critical sleep is for your health. So that's really what we want to get across today. Remember, like sleep isn't just rest. You're literally biological work going on. So many physiological things go on in your body to help repair, recover. I kind of compiled top 10 reasons sleep is vital for your health.
Okay.
So the physical repair and healing. Whether it's muscle, cell regeneration, keeping your body strong, resilient to anything that comes its way, disease, sickness, whatever it is. Brain detoxification. Your brain actually clears toxins during sleep. This protects against cognitive decline, which is that
glial lymphatic system though is where the brain has this tissue that at night and during rest it does flush out. Yeah, it's taking out the garbage.
Yeah,
and
it's real.
It's a real thing. It's what the brain has to do in order to memorialize the events from the day.
Right.
So that's kind of how you create. I'm sure you have memory on there, but
yeah, memory learning is the next one.
Yeah, that's where your memory kind of bank comes from. Is hitting that save button for the day. It happens during sleep.
Yes, 100%. Stronger immune system. It boosts our immune system. So if you're one of those that is chronically getting sick, why? Like it's, it's okay. We get sick every, here and there, but if it happens all the time, maybe you're not healing enough. Maybe you're not resting enough. Helps balance hormones. So actually lack of sleep can cause hormone dysregulation.
Yes.
Especially certain things like stress hormones can really mess up your blood sugar.
Yes.
So all these things
that's exactly right. Cortisol being the main stress hormone, but insulin being the peptide or the hormone that's involved in controlling blood sugar, all of them get out of whack.
Right.
And you want to talk about like other hormones, and with the aging process, talk about sex hormones, the testosterone, the estrogen, the progesterone, there's just so many things that go on. That cycle is very active while we're sleeping.
And everybody just goes for that like straight fix. Oh, my testosterone is low. So therefore I must just need to supplement with testosterone.
Yeah.
Well, let's take steps back and let's take care of everything else first and see what happens. It's really important. This is your body works together as one, right? We are not how doctors were trained at the very beginning. They were trained in little, almost like your body was separate parts, right? You
Silos.
Have just your cardiologist, and you have just your nephrologist, and each one had its own part, but we are a whole. Everything works together. So we need to always remember that. Sleep also has heart protection. It lowers blood pressure, regulates heart rate, reduces your risk of heart disease and stroke just by getting sleep. Guys, sleep is free. It's free. Takes some work sometimes, so it's free. Emotional stability. We know when we haven't slept. Gosh, you see it with your children. We know when our children have not slept. I think our 12-year-old was an emotional basket case on Saturday. It's because she didn't get good quality sleep because she had to share a bed with her sister, and she wasn't happy about it. Are you still there?
Yeah, I think so.
Just blanked out.
Yeah, it did black out.
Healthy weight management controls your appetite, controls your metabolism, helps prevent cravings, reduce risk for chronic disease, and of course, longevity and vitality. Longevity and vitality, that is our goal, right? Our everyday goal. So leading into, we're eventually going to get to supplements. As you see, there's a lot here, and they're not all like sleep supplements, but we're going to go into this. I want to talk about certain nutrient deficiencies that contribute to insomnia. So again, this is taking steps back. You're having trouble sleeping. Let's go back. And let's not just go forward by, I'm going to go to the doctor and get a prescription for Ambien or whatever it is. We're not band-aiding it, right? We're trying to fix what's going on. So first we have magnesium deficiency. Low magnesium levels can lead to anxiety, restless leg, frequent nighttime waking, difficulty falling asleep. Just by
big time. That's the biggest, most common one, the magnesium deficiency for sure.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at drug-induced nutrient depletion. Magnesium is probably number one, right? The blood pressure meds, all these different meds. There's a lot of meds that cause magnesium deficiency. So
see how it all ties together?
Yeah, see how it all ties together. It's crazy. You go on one of these meds, doctor doesn't tell you you're going to need to supplement with magnesium. Next thing you know, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling restless, you're feeling all these different things. And then you're like, and then doctor, maybe you need another medication to help with that. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Your root cause was your magnesium issue.
Right.
So big time. See it all the time. That is seriously probably one of the most clinically common issues I see for sure.
Yep. And then you have your vitamin D. Okay. So vitamin D is involved in the regulation of your circadian rhythm, your sleep-wake cycle, and supports melatonin production. And we all know melatonin because many people go straight to melatonin, which melatonin is great. Again, taking step backs and really figure out what's going on. So a deficiency in vitamin D is disrupted sleep patterns, difficulty maintaining sleep.
Yeah. Think about it. Vitamin D is manufactured by the body in response to sunlight, right? Mm-hmm. But when do you get sun? During the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's setting up your body for the sleep-awake cycle. Yeah. It plays a pretty important role in that.
Yeah. So the vitamin D.
Yeah.
And that's why also we recommend taking it, in the morning too, to help regulate the sleep-wake cycle. Mm-hmm. And then we have your B vitamins, specifically your B12 and your B9.
Yeah.
B9 is your folate. So these B vitamins play a role in sleep. Deficiencies lead to insomnia. So they actually work together.
And they're water soluble and they're essential. So the body has to get them from food or supplement because you just don't manufacture them. So, there's a lot of demand in that category. So you need to be on top of your game there. I mean, like magnesium, though, if you exercise, right? If you have high stress, if you take certain medications, if you caffeine, certain alcohol, things like that can deplete the body of these vitamins and minerals.
Sure. And, me personally, my doctor has me on a lot of B vitamins. And this is also when we were looking at it, it was to help sleep, but I'm a poor methylator.
We have the gene variant.
I have the gene variant, which is more and more and more common. Like,
if you tested everybody, it'd be more common.
Yes.
Most people don't know if they have it or not.
Exactly.
It just means you can't methylate, so you want the B vitamins in methylated form, which we do.
And you typically, and sometimes you need to take them in higher doses. So we have the B vitamins, the full B vitamin complex, and our multivitamins. So make sure you are taking that on a regular basis, right? The regular basis, consistent daily, is to maintain your levels, not to just take once a week. It's not going to do anything. Iron deficiency is very common for synthesis of dopamine. And many people, and I get this often, that, a lot of women don't feel like they need the iron because they're maybe postmenopausal, but that's not necessarily the case. Iron deficiency is more and more prevalent. So make sure you just know your numbers. Here's what I say it all the time, and this is a very simple blood test with your doctor. So just get it tested, see where you are. If you're on that low end, guys, that's low to deficient. Like, we don't want to be on the low end. We want to be on the high end.
Yeah. And don't forget, you said it's a precursor more for what now? You said it was required for the dopamine. Synthesis. Yeah. I think about it as heme too, right? So the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood, the red blood cell, iron is needed for that. So often you'll feel like, you're just not getting proper adequate amount of, say, like nutrients and oxygen delivered to your tissues.
Right.
See that in iron deficiency a lot.
Sure. Zinc deficiency helps regulate neurotransmitters. We know GABA, melatonin, zinc helps regulate those. So zinc is also in the multivitamins. So this is another reason, just important to take your multivitamin. And then melatonin precursors like tryptophan. We know tryptophan from turkey.
Oh, the turkey talk. Yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
Which there is also tryptophan and melatonin in the sleep patches, but we'll go into those right now. So those are all just nutrient deficiencies. So on top of everything else that we have going on with our stress and our lives and our world, then we have these nutrient deficiencies, which we want to educate you on, because they're easy fixes. They're easy fixes by taking supplements, and just increasing it through your food as well. So let's go through our pile here of Live Good supplements to help support sleep. And this is not just a one thing to do. Like this, you stack these things. You find the stack that works best for you. But regardless, we all need to be on our vitamin D, our multivitamin, magnesium. That's a given. But there's other things to stack in there to help your body. So first we have, this is magic to me, our CBN Sleep Gummies. CBN is like the sleep molecule. It is such an amazing cannabinoid to help yourself fall asleep, stay asleep, and get the decent sleep cycles. Like, it doesn't affect your sleep stages. It doesn't affect what's going on with your REM, your deep. Really, really good. I love mine. I'm so happy we brought this product out here. And of course, I stack with, most of all this. And this is not like just taking it at night to help us sleep, right? You take it all day. Again, this is to eliminate nutrient deficiencies or prevent them. We do have our sleep patches. These sleep patches are wonderful. They are not designed to be used every day because of the melatonin in it, but it's a great thing to help get yourself back on track. Or if you had a really hectic, maybe very stressful day, and I'm just going to struggle tonight, use it. Maybe you've been traveling for a little bit, reset for a week, get it on, get yourself reset. They really do work a great job. Put it on 8 hours. It's made to last 8 hours. So make sure, again, you should be getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So remember that part. We talked about the magnesium, extremely important. You can take it right before bed, or I know Dr. Ryan likes to take one. What do you take?
Yeah, I split one at lunch, one at bedtime. But actually, I've been changing it to 2 at bed, just messing around.
And I take 3 at bed.
Yeah, you can do 3.
So
you can do 3.
And then we have our CBD oil. Did I have it?
That's right there. Oh, you got it.
Okay, our organic CBD oil, not to mention.
Yeah.
CBD oil is great to be used any time of day, but again, this is not like a Band-Aid, right? Cannabinoids, CBD, CBN, they're not Band-Aids. We have an endocannabinoid system, so it goes out of whack as well. So we need to make sure we're using it. So they can be combined together, these two. I take my CBD oil shortly after dinner, and then I take my sleep gummies an hour before bed, or 30-ish minutes. Okay, super greens, which maybe we don't necessarily think of that, because there's so many things in here that benefit you. Also for energy production throughout the day, but the adaptogens and the antioxidants help to balance the stress hormones, right? Stress is something that prevents us from sleeping. So if we're doing things to help us not be so stressed during the day, it's going to help us at night, which is very important. Our factor 4, inflammation. Okay. Inflammation. This is our potent anti-inflammatory, helps to eliminate systemic inflammation. So maybe it's easing discomfort that is preventing us from sleep. Like you lay down, on my shoulder, on my back, they got lots of inflammation going on, and just it helps support your overall nighttime recovery. So must have. We talked about the multivitamins, our essential nutrients, your B, your magnesium, your zinc. And then coffee's thrown in there. So coffee, yes, I did talk about the caffeine. Well, I'm talking about coffee before noon. So it does help with your morning cortisol awakening response. The caffeine, it does. It's a great thing for you. So make sure you're having your coffee in the morning.
I do.
If you are a coffee drinker, but just make sure you stop at noon. And if you're thinking like, oh, I stop at 2, I should be okay, try stopping at noon. See what happens.
Just try to move it.
See what happens, and track your sleep. So without enough of these nutrients, your body struggles to relax.
Yeah, it does.
Reset, and release the natural hormones for the deep and restorative sleep. Right. And then, of course, there's just random little lifestyle things that are tips, tricks, hacks, however you want to think about them. And I pretty much feel like I do lots of them. But we talked about a consistent sleep schedule. Yeah, that is a given. And again, I know it's hard. I mean, ours is probably off by an hour on weekends, right? So if lights are out around like 9-ish on weekdays, it's closer to 10-ish on the weekends. But it's not that you try to minimize that variance the best you can. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Don't just like, okay, all of a sudden, boom, go pop in bed and expect that you're going to fall asleep. Lavender. Oh, I didn't have our essential oils out. Lavender essential oil.
Yeah, I love the lavender oil.
Essential oils. Absolutely. Yes. Lavender is so wonderful. And so I always put it on my wrist, put it at the base of my neck, around my navel, put it on my pillows. One of our daughters puts it in a spray bottle with water. She sprays all over her bed at night. Talk about she's got a sleep routine. It's hysterical. But it's important. You really have to create the environment. There's light bulbs that they have now that are just like the lower lights, which we have in all of the bedrooms, because when it's nighttime, that's what you want. And if it's daytime, we have the blinds open, right? So you really want to, again, set up that environment, cool, make sure your air is on cold enough. Quiet, blackout curtains, eye mask, earplugs. Trust me, I do it all. We talked about limiting screen exposure. Try to do it 1 to 2 hours before sleep. I know it's hard.
Along with food?
Oh, food. Yeah. I mean, try to do food. Really try to do it 2 to 3 hours if you can. It was we had to do a significant shift on that because, going to bed at 9, we try to be done with food at 6. And it's hard because schedules are tough. It's hard with the children and their sports schedules, but just figure out a program that works for you. Manage your stress and anxiety. Think about breathing techniques. There's all kinds of breathing techniques on YouTube. So journal. Or if you're like, I don't want to journal, it's not my style, just pad of paper. Just scribble some things out. There are so many times where I have this thought in my head. And it was funny. I had it last night. I had to write my daughter a note this morning. I forgot. And I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot to write her a note that I'm picking her up early for a doctor appointment. So I yelled out to her because I was actually in bed already. I said, can you just write me a note on the counter that says, write me a note? And that was enough for me to not think about it, because I guarantee you, if I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, which I always do once, I probably would have thought, oh man, I have to write my daughter a note. And you don't want to think about this stuff. So just get it on paper. Simple. We talked about the physical activity and your napping. Napping is great. Siestas are great, but cap it 20 to 30 minutes. That's really important. And don't do it too close to sleep. Yep. Because then it's just going to struggle you. You are going to struggle. Expose yourself to natural light during the day. You did say that too, with the eyes. You want to get that natural light in your eyes. And avoid clock watching. So I don't know about you, but say you're having trouble falling asleep and you just keep looking at the clock. I have my clock all the way off on the dimmer when I go to bed, so I can't even see it. I don't even want, as much as I want to know what time it is when I get up to go to the bathroom, it'll mess with your head, because then you're counting how many more hours you have left to sleep. And trust me, just do it.
Just do
it. So, I mean,
but you're right. Setting those positive intentions before sleep, like journaling, but like prayer, power of prayer. So night before, and then when you wake up, you can kind of resume that thought process where you were. I mean, it's absolutely powerful stuff.
100%.
But there's a piece you left out there, which is like physical. And I've said this in the past, but anatomical. So if you have sleep apnea, or if you're suffering with like obesity or overweight, like, and you have sleep apnea secondary to that, or you have like deviated septums and different like collapsed nasal passages and things like that. There's some things you can do, and for sure 100% need to see let's get a sleep study done and analyze that.
Right. And they do the sleep studies at home now.
Yeah.
Right. It's not
as intrusive as they used to be.
Right.
And even if the CPAP's not a thing for you, like that machine for breathing, but you can find other ways to improve the quality of your sleep, because there may be some anatomical or physical.
What do you use?
Right. So I'm using the Breathe Right strips that open up your nasal passages, or some of the magnetic ones that pop you like kind of open, and essential oils. Very, very, very big fan of those, especially to help at night to open up the passages. There's nose vents. And then you have nose vents you can use, or like silicone nose vents that you can get on Amazon. And that's kind of it. I think but just good sleep hygiene, just focus on that bedroom being dark and cold and lack of, blue light and for a period of time. And, you set the positive intentions, and
there's a few things that we didn't say. Keep your pets out of the room.
Yeah. Things like that. Things that disturb your sleep.
If say you have a significant other that is, struggling to get their sleep on track, and maybe they're a big snorer. I always think about my parents, because I hear my mom complain about my dad, and I'm like, go tell him to sleep in another room. There's nothing wrong with a sleep divorce. I say that because sleep is so crucial for your health that there's nothing wrong with a sleep divorce. Okay. You can be together up until it's time to close your eyes. But bottom line, prioritize your sleep, because optimal health starts when your eyes are closed.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah. Good job.
Any questions or just comments?
No. It was just a lot of comments saying thanks. I agree. There's a lot of sleep comments coming in. No, awesome. We're all good, I think.
Awesome, guys. So tonight, implement something. Okay. I know we said a lot, so it doesn't have to be all of it. Baby steps, that's all it takes. And eventually you'll be sleeping like a baby.
Love it.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks
for
joining.
Guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.